try to come up with a concept. So I didn't start off doing women's clothing, so I had to come up with some ideas. And then, you draw them up, you get your pattern made, and then after the pattern is made, you go and make your samples. Samples, women's dress, or something to that effect. See if it fits properly. See if it got the right embellishments, and then you go into production. Seem like it's a simple thing, but we know it's not.
It's not the simple.
It's not that simple.
It's work.
It's work, and it's frustrating work, and it's tiring work. Then she just came back with all these stains on all these pieces, so now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna lose, stuff like that.
Oh man.
So I'm okay with the process because when I first came here, my friends was laughing, right? So they laughing, they saying, they ain't got sewing machines, she's just doing anything. So I'm like, all right, sat here with people that I didn't know, mainly Mexicans, and I don't want to say that in a negative way, that's just their nationality. They showed me how to do everything start to finish. From there it was on. Then when the pandemic hit, we probably was one of the places cranking out the most masks per week. We was doing almost 20,000 masks a week.
Oh yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah.
Even the souls was making $5,000 a week. It was abnormal. So
if a young designer wanted to get, started, like, do you have is there a step-by-step?
If I could tell a young designer to do anything, I would tell them to go to school and learn to do it the proper way. I learned through a lot of trial and error personally, but if he want to cut and sew, he got great designs. Find a way to get his patterns made, and then see how cost effective he could get his production made if he don't know how to operate a machine himself. I personally don't know how to operate a machine, so I need a bunch of help.
Man, all I can say is, like, just to add to what he said about what the spectators say, like, when you come home, you starting from scratch. I could imagine, like, knowing him, buying a sewing machine, dude probably would have think he lost his mind in prison. Like, yo, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Because they a hustler. You know what I'm saying? But you don't always see a person hustle coming until the joint blossom, and now it's like,
until it comes to fruition.
Yeah, fruition. Yeah.
Like, that's what you was doing?
That's what you was doing. Yeah.
Now you ain't so crazy no more.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
going crazy.
Amir was talking the other day about me, him, my right hand man, my guy Pop. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody came home on something different. Cause you hear everybody want to drive a truck.
OG Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody want to drive a truck. That's what you hear common in prison, because we already got truck drivers. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you start getting at the tail end of your bid, you really start to embody this concept of, I'm staying out the way. I'm out the way. I'm out the way till I get home. So now the truck driving becomes an extension of being out the way, because you're gonna be in the truck, you're gonna be on the road, you ain't gonna be in no social environments, you ain't gotta deal with nobody, you're just gonna be out the way.
Right.
So that becomes a safe, aspiration for a lot of dudes. But when you see a dude come home, a sewing machine, I'm coming out, I'm in the tech business, I'm doing, my little workout stuff, whatever the case may be. Pop is involved in the Greenwood, the Black Bank, and him and Ryan, Ryan in the hip. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, man. It's like, it should be more attention put on guys coming home from prison, because like, if you give the right dude a shot, he be to surpass everybody in society, like for real. So
I have a question for you, Amir. So, is it a thing that it's a mental block you think they assume? I come home, I don't have any opportunities. The trucking business, it is. Like, how do you get that mental block away
Like I was telling Ray, I was with Ray Quan last night, and I was telling him about my theory of dudes in prison that do a long 2 days. Like they come in on the BS and they leave on the BS. So that means the 10.
You said a long 2 days.
Yeah, so the 10, 15 in between don't count. You just did a long 2 days. So like truck drivers, the people that aspire to do that, they try to get the spots like Petersburg, get the CDL. They try to get transferred to another institution in the Fed that enable them to get the CDL license. So they already prepping for that.
Right.
So like when you look at people like you know what I'm saying, myself, like I was reading Wired and a lot of tech magazines. I built a VPN while I was in prison. You know what I'm saying? So it was like people didn't, because we don't really pay attention to what we doing with our time.
Right.
So you have to start
You
inside.
gotta start inside.
Okay.
So like how you come out, what happens is with the truck driving thing or whatever, that just becomes an automatic go-to to put you right back in the enslaved process that, you know what I'm saying, that's consistent on the yard. Because you got dudes folding napkins in the kitchen for $5 a month. What you gonna do with that?
Folding napkins in the kitchen.
That's like the least job. When you work
On
in
the
kitchen,
line.
Yeah, on the line. Or, you know, and then like Unicorn, you real
That's that
bougie.
new
You a
slavery.
three-digit,
That new slavery.
three-digit dude when you work.
Unicorn, you feel like you made it.
Right.
3 digit.
Yeah,
Three
you're a
digits.
three-digit. You know what I'm saying? Like, lack of a better word, you're a 3-digit nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you out here, you got a 7-digit, 8-digit dude, but
Right.
in prison,
Yeah.
you work for Unicorn?
210 a
That's the
month.
highest salary you can get in
It's
prison.
crazy.
$210 a month.
Like, I've been in spots where there's tornadoes, hurricanes, trees is out there leaning. Everybody locked back. What they say over the mountain?
Unicorn go.
Yeah.
Unicorn.
Unicorn work call
Yeah,
only.
unicorn
Unicorn work call only. You see them dudes walking out, you be out the window out like this.
Really?
It's private.
The unicorn is different.
Yeah,
There's
unicorn.
no stopping the unicorn ship unless the jail catch on fire and everybody get burned out. Like, there's no such thing as unicorn stopping their work.
Yeah.
Really?
And see, they the ones, most cases, they the ones turn into the jail snitches. Because it's like, they don't want to blow that gate. Because the waiting list for unicorn,
It's
it's
abnormal.
like, you had to have this.
It's like being on the
5
dock,
years
trying to get
unicorn
on the
another
dock
spot.
out here.
Trying to get
Yeah,
on
yeah, exactly.
Really?
So when dude got a celly, you know what I'm saying, he work at Unicorn, his celly on something else, oh, he gonna get him up out of there.
And you know your man that's on the dock is
Yeah.
going to pull you in.
Mhm.
You gotta get pulled
gotta get
in.
pulled in. Yeah, that list don't mean nothing.
You gotta get referred.
Yeah, I
Right?
seen dudes
You
walk
gotta know
and check
somebody.
that list for a whole 2 years.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? Run down on the supervisor on the yard like,
saying?
yo, you
He
said,
like his
yeah,
yard, I got
yeah,
you.
yeah, I got you.
That's all you can say.
I got you. That's it.
That's
So,
all
you
can
know.
say.
Some of them
Like
might keep
that,
it.
huh?
Some of them might keep it 100 with you and say, man, you know how you gotta get in there, man.
You know you gonna get in there.
Amir, so another question for you is how important is networking for people like that or anybody?
I mean, networking is universal. You know, however you connect the dots, get you closer to your goal. You know, that's essential. That you network with like-minded people that's in positions of influence or authority to help you, you know, propel you into what it is you're trying to obtain. So networking is essential for any and everything you're doing. You don't just come out on the block, you know, saying like,
Right.
I'm gonna be out here because my uncle used to be out here back in the 70s. Dudes looking
Nah.
at you like, yo, you
Yeah,
and your uncle.
right. Remember they had
Yeah.
that.
They behind you. Like he ain't the business no
Yeah,
more.
right. It's over for that.
They looking at you like, look, man, when your uncle was out here, I was pooping on myself on
Right.
purpose.
I remember your
You
uncle.
know, I was peeing and pooping on myself on purpose. I had no control over my body.
Right.
And your uncle was out here.
Right.
But yo, got packed up though.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, pack that stuff
tell
up.
Uncle I said what up.
Yo,
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. Move on, nigga. That tap. Right? Go ahead, bro.
Tell your mom I said,
That's
hey,
real though.
no
That's
question,
exactly
no
that's
question.
exactly
Real,
how I
real,
go like
real.
that.
I'm gone
Yeah,
now.
Uncle gone. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He gone now. We run the block. Wow.
You know?
That's
And that's the
crazy.
thing too. See, like for us,
Mhm.
you know, having lengthy experiences in that space, we understand that generational shift. So that's why, like, okay, he choose a lane that he know he not gonna
Right.
be impeded by this young,
Right.
you know, testosterone driven generation.
Come out here and do
I'm
his
out y'all
thing.
way.
Right.
Y'all good. Y'all can have that corner. Y'all can have that mic. You know, you
Mhm.
have all that. I'm way over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm out your way.
That's right.
You know, so you know. And then one thing I could say about people like us, when we get our footed, we coming back to grab a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to get out y'all way first, cause y'all got a process of learning that gonna take y'all some time. We already did that.
Right.
You know, yeah.
But go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Doing long periods of time, right? During long periods of time, is there a fear of re-entering into society?
I said depending on who you are.
Mm.
You can have a concern, but fear is for somebody that really had not a lot of skill or ability to do things in the first place. So missing 10 years, you know, those are guys that they try to be on every set. They don't want to miss nothing. They don't miss no party, no nothing. They a rucker every game. Like those are dudes that's what they got. They miss 5-10 years of that. They gonna be real, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a lot for them to get reacclimated.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a real bona fide hustler, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have concerns. But a hustler radar, you gonna see where
You gonna figure it out.
Like,
You gonna see where you
I
fit in.
used to tell them, I said, listen, they could tell me right now I gotta come home 10 million in debt. And I was like, let me go now.
Yeah, let me go
Because
now.
I need to just be there.
Right.
Then I can fight.
Create
I can
your
fight
lane,
better.
yeah.
Materialize things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not sometimes, and it's unfortunate that most people, especially if they know somebody that's in power today, they say, yo, Bloom won't put me on. Man, don't care about me. When he was home, he was my man. But now that he's a mayor, he's telling me I should learn how to go to school and better myself this way. He never bettered himself. But they don't know what you're doing. They don't know the struggle of waking up every day, coming to learn something new. I don't have no parents or family members that worked in places like this. You know, for most black people, we actually don't want to make nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I mean that in the most respectful way. I always start with the most extreme things. Like, we don't know nobody that make TVs, or when we looked at the Element Charter School, we thought that they was letters to remember because the test was coming, but not knowing what compounds make a material. So we so behind the 8 ball with a lot of things. It's time to just do the basic things, let people know we can make something.
Right, culture.
Then we make something, then we can sell something. We sell something, then we can get something else. So I'm just trying to do my part and make sure that I contribute to the overall well-being of society and the people that I love.
That's right.
What is your take on the sentence or the phrase, make it till you fake it? I don't personally like fake it till you make it. I don't like that phrase because that's you're not genuine.
Right.
You have to live through your struggles to get to that success, right? That means the work itself.
Absolutely.
But one thing I'm gonna say about that statement, because it's not to be comprehended literally.
Right.
What we mean by fake it till you make it, it's like you gotta look the part till you become the part.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I want to be in a Fortune 500 company, or I want to run one, or be a part of one, you know what I'm saying? Or let's just take, I want to run one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't come in there, you know, looking like I'm in complete opposition of what that entails.
Mm.
So that means I gotta go get fitted.
Right.
Not to join off the rack that look like you got on a Zoot suit.
Right.
I gotta go get fitted. I gotta get a real
Suit.
Brooks Brothers
Right.
wingtip. You know what I'm saying? No, we ain't doing no braids, none of that crazy stuff. We gotta really blend in. So now, once you go past the initial phase of being noticed to where now no one's looking at you no more, you can evolve.
Mm-hmm.
But if I come in trying to defy the system, talking about I'm gonna be a Fortune 500 CEO, and they looking at you like, man, the mailroom is over there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even worse for us, we can't even take our resume to most of the places that could give meaningful jobs. The way my life is set up, so I was speaking to a friend of mine, you know, when people come home, they like, oh, my man hooked me up, I got the OSHA card. I got my OSHA card. I could be a painter, or I could do
That
the
OSHA
forklift. Right, the OSHA card is everything. I'm going back and forth with a friend of mine with math. Bro, you know, how much you make? Like 26. I'm like, it's nothing I can do with that. It's nothing. It's no bill that I got set up today that's gonna allow me to make that amount of money and survive. So if you know that's your coming straight out of jail, that was my case. Coming straight out of jail, like it was.
Right.
I could not go stay. I told the young lady what she said. Oh, I said, you young ladies are so unfair. You got a guy. I'm gonna say he makes about 60,000 a year, 65. You love him. You make probably 47. Great. So you guys got about 110,000 yearly. If I come home right now, make 90, got a pit bull in my little apartment, I got a Honda Accord, you tell me I was underachieving. She said, it's funny you should say that, but that's true.
Yeah.
I said, y'all so unfair.
Yeah.
But the truth is,
Right.
my life is set up in such a way that I can't make 90 a year. Like, no disrespect to nobody that makes 90 a year, and that's a great salary.
Mm-hmm.
Most people will look at you in your face and be like, are you crazy? That's 90.
That's not it.
I'll be destitute at 90, no disrespect. So we just gotta make our minds work in such a way that allows us to make what we need to make to, live the lifestyle that, we accustomed to living.
That's right.
Want to live or strive to live as well.
That's right.
That's a fact.
I'm stuck.
right.
No.
Man, I think one of my issues is people just ain't gonna never let me live.
How you gonna go to, where you gonna go to Drew Hamilton? Where you going? You gonna go to Esplanade? You can't go home.
Like, look, Amir is the smuggle now until they find out. But I used to go through this in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be on the yard for like 6 to 9 months. Police won't know nothing. Inmates know right away. They know anybody at the yard. Like, yo, homie just hit the yard. Yo, Muslims is over here. You're gonna get directed to where you're gonna be comfortable.
Right.
And with group of people you're gonna be comfortable around.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And inmates, they ain't gonna be on it.
Hey, man.
But listen, it was an officer,
Mm-hmm.
very aggressive woman, like very, very aggressive,
Sturdy.
sturdy woman.
Sturdy.
You know what I'm saying? And
I know the type.
you know the type.
No disrespect.
You go.
Yeah,
My brother said sturdy.
Nah, it's fishy, but check
No,
it out.
absolutely.
So she like, cause they moving me after you see the doctor, even though they moving you different.
Right.
She said, I got him.
Got him.
So I'm like, here we go.
Uh-oh.
And I always knew when it was coming.
Mm.
You
She's
good?
like, why you ain't tell me who you said? Why you ain't tell me who was you? Who you was?
Uh-huh.
I said, yo, I'm 563-46056. Like, I don't know what you talking about.
Man, he
Straight
gave me the number.
Straight number on her. She like, oh, you trying to be funny? I'm like, listen, I'm in here. This joint is one size fit all. You know what I'm saying? There is no
There's no,
particular. Yeah.
Right.
And it's like,
Ain't like you gonna get treated different.
Yeah, I told her, I said, this is what, no, you will get
You
treated.
will
different.
get treated.
That's the whole thing.
But you didn't want to.
I was
I didn't
cool
wanna
with
get
get
treated
treated with the
You
better
wanted-
treatment. I was
Yeah.
all right with that.
Yeah.
I understand what he's not
Right.
into. Me, I wanted all the Christian companies to do to me. Oh, you A? Oh, you A? Yeah, I'm A. What happened?
Yeah.
Shit, all that.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Right.
No disrespect to
Yeah.
what
Right,
you
no,
got.
absolutely.
Nah, you know what's crazy? Because
I like
for
the
me,
nice treatment too.
for me though, I felt like, you know what I'm saying? I remember a girl one time, Miss Brown, I never used to speak to her. Like all of the like inmates used to just be salivating over her.
Right.
Standing over, serenading her. I'm like, and she like went to speak to me one day.
Right.
Immediately, I'm like, Miss Brown, look, you're gonna lose your job. I'm gonna get shipped to another prison.
Right.
She said, huh? I said, we're not gonna do that.
Mm.
Cause anybody around here see you talking to me and all these dudes on your head.
Mhm,
You know what I'm
they
saying?
know.
And she wasn't trying to be, but
Right.
she did the same thing. You always said, I didn't know you. I knew you. I said, look, Miss Brown. I stopped her right there. I said, Miss Brown, you're gonna get fired. They're gonna walk you off the yard and they're
They're
gonna
gonna
ship
walk
me
you
to
off.
another spot. That's exactly what's
God,
gonna
man.
happen. She's like, what you mean? I said, look, you man, listen, because I want to make this short as possible. I
Right.
don't want to be standing
I
here
don't want to
talking
even
to
seen
you.
talking to you
Yeah.
like that. Right.
And then like other officer, I'm like, look, man, I don't want you to make the mistake of trying too hard not to be like, trying to ride me, cause then you'll start pooping on me.
Right,
You're trying so hard not to be
so
a
just do
groupie.
nothing.
Right.
You're really pooping on me.
Right.
And then if you go hard,
Right.
you getting walked off the yard.
Right.
I'm getting shipped.
Right.
Or you gonna stay and I'm gonna go.
And we don't need
And I'm gonna have to go through the inconvenience of resetting my whole bed all over again in a new
Yeah,
spot.
something.
So that was my plight. So for him, like he said, the only accolades was
Ship
for
me.
me.
You were different. I need to start. I need to reset.
Yeah. Lady gave me the iPod once.
Yeah.
Gotcha, come here. I'm like, what up, what
Yeah.
up? She like, huh, boom. I'm like, oh, look at it. Oh, all right. She's like, you want me to take it and put more stuff on it? I'm like, are you crazy? That joint ain't never leaving this jail till it get caught.
Right.
Right. Or just be like, I left it at home and
Right.
none of that. None of that.
See, I had to
Wow.
work through the inmate lane. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? 'Cause
You were trying to lose Loon. You were trying to
not lose it,
but
Grow.
govern it. You gotta govern it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it ain't going nowhere. There's
Yeah.
no such thing as being unfamous.
oh,
Either you
yeah,
famous
right.
or you infamous.
right.
You don't get to be unfamous. Ain't no switch you hit that's gonna say, as of now, I'm Clark Kent.
Right.
Nah, you got to have the same super curl with the fire engine red boots every episode.
right.
Yeah, they looking for that every episode.
Andre 3000 trying it, but it ain't gonna happen.
It ain't happening.
It ain't gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying? Dudes be trying to like
Erase it.
erase it, but you can't.
Yeah. Because
And
once it's
then
out there, it's out there.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And the beautiful thing about it is when you see examples of dudes who eventually come to grips with it. You know what I'm saying? 50 eventually, Curtis Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
But it took some, you know what I'm
Of
saying,
course.
evolution to get to a
Right.
point where it's like, you know what? I always was Curtis Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But now,
All right now. right now.
Everybody relax.
Survival mode.
Everybody
Sounds aggressive. I was like,
relax.
where's my son? It's about to be a snack.
he
Wow.
wasn't tripping.
No, you're like,
But that's the, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why I'm just super proud of him.
Thank you.
Because I already know, you know what I'm saying, how he was moving. He was official then, he official now.
What, before the bid or
Yeah,
after?
before.
Yeah, before the bid.
Childhood, infancy. Yeah. No, they made me this way. They made me this way. You know what I mean?
Right,
I
right,
was
right.
built like that.
So you were
Yeah.
East Coast too?
Yeah, you from
Harlem.
Harlem.
Oh, you from Harlem?
Harlem. My God, childhood.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what
How
I'm
long you
saying?
been out here?
About 3, like consistently, but 5 and back and forth.
Gotcha.
So how long?
Yeah, go ahead.
How long did it take for you to build this?
All right, so I went to China. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to China. China's gonna sell me everything I need. That's gonna be the end of it. And China give you anything. If you don't know what you want and how you're supposed to get it and what grade, they give you whatever they got. So that became frustrating. So I came out here to learn the basics. Cause it got like an open school for people that don't know much. So young Mexican man pulled me to the side, said, listen, I'll show you everything. I'm like, yeah, do that. Hung with him every day. Fernando is my man. Pause. So all I do is run around with him. He shows me everywhere to go. He showed me how a patent is supposed to be constructed. Then we take it to get graded and marked. And we got our production. Great. It takes as long as it takes. You don't stop learning. I can't tell you I know how to make a wedding dress. So it's so many layers to learning that is not complete for me. I'm still in the infancy of learning this business.
Wow.
I'm definitely enjoying the process.
So how long has it been?
It's been 3.
3 years.
I've been here.
So would you consider yourself successful in the business right now?
Sure.
Okay.
You got marquee players, people wearing the
All
stuff.
right, I'm gonna name drop on this one.
Yeah.
Jay-Z wore.
The first time X sent it to me,
Right.
he showed me, he was like, yo, my man got this. and look who got it on. And Jay-Z had on the shorts.
Right. So when Jay-Z did that, it made all of the other people that already accepted me and supported me
Validated.
come closer,
Oh,
if
gotcha.
you will.
Right.
Say that one more time, please. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, fake it till you make it is like when I was in the business, you know what I'm saying, before I popped off, I was already immersed in those circles. You know what I'm saying? Similar to like him. It was just a matter of time before Jay-Z or anybody influential was going to take it as an extension of him. It's not so much about the garment. These guys can buy whatever they want.
Right.
You know what I'm
Everything
saying?
they want.
Right.
And that's how it was with me.
That's a
It's
great
like
point.
you could easily find you a rapper, create
Fubu.
hours and hours of studio time till he get it right, or you could get the real thing in a real spontaneous moment because I'm already here. You really gotta look. But if you want to look, I'll let you, because I don't even say nothing. I'm not jumping out there.
Right.
But when it come to me, I rehearsed for this moment. I couldn't wait till you said, yo, you, like, yeah.
Vegas.
Right.
You know
I
what
got
I'm saying?
bets to make tonight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got the presidential suite and the
Yeah.
Bellagio overlooking the waterfall.
It's-
You know, it's like, yo, hold up. fam.
It's grime to the hustle. It's grime.
Right.
And it's not always pretty, but it's a mission.
Yeah.
And then you get to where you're going and you look back and say, I came through some stuff.
Yeah. In just 3 years, and you already got JC wearing your stuff.
Came through some stuff.
Came through some stuff.
And the great thing about Jay-Z is he appreciates that effort.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you could have sold yourself short, jumped full head into the streets and, been another statistic or been a statistic again.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate your journey. And that's big, People don't have to give you that acknowledgement. But when they do, it's much appreciated. Man, that's a lot.
Because the
It is a lot.
average Joe coming home from prison does not get that warm embrace.
Man, DC
No, it's
said,
a lot.
hey, you good at figuring stuff out. Figure it out.
Yeah.
I said, okay, all right, well, great. All right, I'll figure it out. Give me your Rolodex. Go ahead.
Really?
Amir?
You know, I'm going to tell you, huh?
No, go
I'm
ahead.
going to tell you one thing, man. DC said to me, he was like, yo, I ain't getting the welcome home like you got COVID hit.
It was so
He came home during the
No,
pandemic.
it was real because it wasn't like he was bent about it. He was just like, he's seen that just like me or him. His hand was dealt, the
Right.
same thing was for him. But it was like everybody was in the house.
Right.
Right.
COVID hit. He was
And
like,
then he
It
got
wasn't
he
no
like,
home
just
party.
until he said, I'm just getting my welcome home. I was
Yeah,
like, yo.
yeah, he was in the
And then he
halfway
got-
house with COVID. Said, "Hey, I'ma die."
That was me.
We call ourselves working out.
Right.
Me, Echo,
Uh-huh.
John, all of them. We doing push-ups in a circle. Next day, I fly to LA.
Shout out to Echo, my man.
Shout out. He said, Echo says, "Hey man, John was supposed to go to Aruba with Diddy and them, but he got COVID." He said, "How you feel?" I said, my head is tingling.
wow.
He said, "You got that shit."
On the dope.
Yeah, I got allergic.
Until I got all the way back.
Allergies, man.
Allergy.
Yeah, allergies. I'm saying, I said, you know what? I did kind of grow into some allergies because there's stuff I wasn't allergic to before.
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe I'm allergic to dogs.
Right.
'Cause I haven't been around
Right,
dogs in so
right.
long. You know what I'm saying?
What you learned in school today?
He like, nah, I ain't no dogs. And now he like, so he like, yo, you
He said it ain't
he
dog.
directed me when I was in the bathroom. He had the whole kit.
He had the
jit.
He had the testing
everything.
kit.
Like, he had everything. Yo, like, so I'm in this joint like,
He like a hospital.
this is a wasted visit
Clinic.
because it's like, this is my dude. I really want to kick it. I can't kick it right now.
Right.
I'm just not well.
Right.
Really?
You got to quarantine.
I got back, just like you, hit the whole household off.
Did
Yeah,
you?
everybody hit up.
I was crying in that dog. I'm gonna die.
I had the
Yeah,
headache.
that's crazy.
I had the diarrhea, the loss of taste, the loss of smell.
Really?
I got every
You had that
symptom.
too?
Do you have any last words for the entrepreneurs who's trying to actually make it in the same industry as you?
for any industry, I would say have resilience. You got to be able to keep taking a licking and keep on ticking, because I'm in here putting out fires today. I'm going to be putting out fires tomorrow and probably for the rest of this week. And then come next week, it might be a new set of fires. So you have to, train yourself to believe that it won't be an easy task, but it's doable. Especially if you came from adverse circumstances. There's no such thing as something hurts that bad where we don't want to do it. So for the aspiring entrepreneur, train yourself to be hurt a lot. Train yourself to keep getting no's a lot. Train yourself to keep getting rejected until you get that one thing in that somebody can appreciate. Then you push from there. Until then, you'll cry a lot.
And it's okay to cry?
It's okay to cry.
Okay.
It's okay to cry.
Nobody gonna care if you don't it.
Amir?
It's okay to cry.
Amir?
Yeah.
Same question.
I mean, he said it all. You know what I'm saying? For the first time, not lost for words, but don't have a use for it. Because the reality of it is, adversity, makes men. And if you don't endure enough of it, you will be deficient in that department. And I think that's what plagues this generation. This is the instant gratification generation. So if they don't get it, they go into the temper tantrum mode, and then they fold, and then they do the extreme opposite. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't like, Vegas. I'm moving to Colorado. Like you go from extreme hot, extreme cold. Like you can't find a warm place. Like
we don't gotta do it like this no more.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
when y'all was young.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
We don't gotta feel failure.
We ain't gotta do all that. You know what I'm saying? We got the internet. All right, well, go ahead and do a bunch of dumb stuff on TikTok till you get rich.
Right.
But at the end of the day, to me, that's failure. That's last resort. I'm not to take away from anybody who's been successful in social media. Right. I'm just saying that becomes, for me, speaking for myself, last resort, having to continuously entertain you 30 seconds at a time.
To make a living.
You know what I'm saying? To make a living, with no disrespect.
Right.
But, entrepreneurship is different. It's about resilience. It's about endurance. It's about being able to endure, and like you said, take a licking, keep on ticking. Because it's only going to train you when you get that pivotal moment when things is working in your favor. You're going to have the same fuel in your tank that you had when you was enduring all the bumps and bruises.
It get worse.
Yeah, it's going to get worse, but at least you'll be driving well past the speed limit.
Right. I tell people, they say, yo, you did good, man, now you there. I'm like, I'm not there.
Yeah.
That mean I had to spend all my money to make sure that I could get to that place that you're saying that I should be now, based on the new energy.
Yeah.
So you spend all your money making sure you could, create the kind of productions that's going to be meaningful and cater to your newfound customers. So it's a really tough task, and then at the same time you gotta not get played out. So you gotta do all this in your 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's a tough task.
One thing, you gotta protect your vulnerabilities, because people, when they know you at that potentially breaking point, nobody trying to see you get back up.
Right.
And it's like, it's not something that's a secret. It's not something that's hidden or concealed.
Right.
People could monitor your climb, you know what I'm saying? And they can monitor when you level out. And they can monitor your decline. So all those moments is where you have to put forth a whole different face, a whole different strength, and a whole different energy, you know what I'm saying? So that, that decline comes back into a climb, or that level out ends up, going back up, whatever the case may be. Because like people look for those moments. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, because I would say this for the female entrepreneurs. those things I just mentioned are way more critical for you, because a man in this male-driven industry, pretty much all of them, you know what I'm saying, they already perceive a female entrepreneur to be weak. So when you do get to those moments where it's visibly, you know what I'm saying, an obstruction or obstacle, they'll try to wipe you out. And the same goes for male entrepreneurs as well. But I honestly, you know what I'm saying, as a, you know, a son of a woman, son of a grandmother, you know, father of daughters, is like, I really sympathize for those things when it comes to female entrepreneurs, because dudes are intimidated by intellectual women. They're intimidated by strong women, especially when they have weaknesses and deficiencies of their own, which a lot of these people who are, you know, successful and influential in these spaces, they hate to see somebody come through with that zeal, that hunger, and that strength that they used to have. You know, it's almost like, you know, it's an insecurity. Like, you know.
Yeah, I love women. They tough. They tough because I
They
learned
deliver
so
babies,
much.
man.
Yeah, I learned so much from women. Just in this business alone. Also, they do a lot of the grunt work and don't get enough credit. So, I always, if I work with somebody, I try to make them my partner out the gate. Like, if you got something to share, I got something to share. We can split the money out. Like, there's no need for me to have this, you have this. If your contribution is getting us to the place we need to be next. So, yeah, I definitely appreciate women's, cause they teach me more than I came in knowing. So I'm definitely appreciative of their partnership.
Thank you.
Thank you.